Nina here with handmadeprettygifts.com. Today I want to show you how to make this pretty box. This is a fairly large box, and you can make, if you like to bake, you can make cookies and do a dozen cookies in there. This is really cool. You can put anything you want in it, but that was something that I had in mind when I made this box. I want to bake some cookies and I want to give them as gifts. This is a very easy to make box, and I will show you just how. You're gonna need paper. I'm using heavy cardstock. This is from StampinUp. It's called the Whisper White heavy cardstock. I have a piece of paper 11 by 8.5. This is a full sheet of paper, and for the lid I have a 5.5 by 5.5, the same heavy cardstock. To decorate my box, I have this designer series paper from the candy cane collection from StampinUp. It's beautiful, it's very cool. I already pre-cut it. For the sizes and dimensions, you can check my blog. And also to decorate the lid, these are my pieces. I pre-stamped a sentiment from this candy cane Christmas stamp set from StampinUp, and I used the cherry cobbler ink for my sentiment. So I have a piece left over, and I'm going to make just a little mat for my greeting, and it's going to stand on top of my box. You're going to need a piece of ribbon of your choice to tie up the box if you wish. So let's just get started. I'm going to bring my scoreboard, and we're going to start with the base. You're going to have to score at 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10. Turn your paper and score at 2.5. Set it aside. Let's do the lid. Now I know my box is 2.5. It's a square box that has a 2.5 diameter or sides. The sides are 2.5. So I know this is 5.5. That's gonna leave me 1.5 inch on each side. But if I put my paper against this scoreboard right here and I score at 1.5, my lid is gonna be exactly the same size as this, and it's gonna have a hard time to fit. I'm gonna have to buckle the box and it's gonna look ugly. In order to prevent that from happening, you just pull your piece of paper, you line it up on the sides, and then just pull it up a little bit, like just a hair, probably like a 1/16 of an inch, and score at 1.5. Turn the paper, line it up, and pull it out on this side, okay? Just a hair, and then score at 1.5. Put it up against, and just pull it out just a little bit, and score at 1.5. And the last time, pull it out a little bit, just a little bit, and score at 1.5. And I don't need the scoreboard anymore. Now if you look at this piece of paper right here, if you measure the sides, see, this is barely over 2.5, and that's exactly the amount that you're gonna need for the lid to close on properly. And you will see what I mean when I get to the lid. Now let's do the base. For the base, you're gonna have to remove this piece right here. This is gonna be your bottom. So you're gonna cut here, 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 and remove this piece. You can use a pair of scissors or you can use a trimmer, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. I didn't do a good job here, so I'm just gonna go back. Okay. Very easy. And then I'm going to cut on this side and this line, and this line. Before I go ahead and glue my box together, I have the papers that I pre-cut. As I said, this is a 2.5 by 6. When I decorate my boxes, I like to have a border around it. So whatever size this is, I'm going to go a 1/4 inch lower, smaller. So this is 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so because I like both sides of my designer series paper and I have a hard time deciding which side to go up and which side to go down, I'm just gonna go one side up, one side down, and I'm gonna alternate so I get to see all my papers. I'm gonna go ahead and tape my papers together. I have all my designer paper taped to the box. I can go ahead and I can fold onto the score lines. And if you have a foam folder, it's really nice. The lines are more crisp and you have a more professional look, so use it if you have it. And if you don't, you can use a pencil. That would work well as well. As long as you have something to press down to create the pressure. I need glue here. I'm going to use Fast Fuse from StampinUp. This is very strong glue. I don't have to worry about my box coming unglued. And just fold it down and flip it over like this and fold it down again. It's a perfect square box. Now this is going to be the back of my box, so I'm going to fold the sides in, fold the back, and fold the front. Okay, and I need some glue right here. I'm going to do more fuse. And my box, the bottom of my box is ready. Now let's do the lid. For the lid, I'm just gonna cut on these lines. And then notch it up. It's gonna make it easier to close. And do the same on the other side. Before we go ahead and close it, glue it down. Again, I have this paper. This is different, so I'm gonna go a mishmash of colors, but I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna do this one right here. I'm gonna do this one right here. I'm gonna do this too, like this. Okay. So again, this paper is from the designer series paper from Stampin' Up, the Candy Cane collection. It's beautiful. All my papers are glued in place, so now I can go ahead and I can fold on the score lines and burnish the lines. Now you're gonna need glue here, 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 here on all the flaps. Again, Fast Fuse. Okay, so this is how this goes. Close it down and line it up. Line it up. Squeeze it in place. Line this up. And now let's see if that little space we left is gonna help us close this box. Look, it goes right in. And there's no buckling and there's no opening. It's just the perfect close. This is an awesome box. It's really, really cool. I love this box. Okay, so all I need right now, what's left, is I pre-stamped my greeting. But I think it looks prettier if I color the border a little bit. This is called the flicking technique, or I'm not sure what it is called, but I love to do this to give more dimension to the paper. And you don't need a lot of ink, just a little ink goes a long way. I'm gonna glue this together. And then I'm just gonna pop it up with a few foam dots. I'm gonna find the seam, so that's the back of my box. This is gonna go right here, making sure I place it the right side up. And my box is ready. And this is very easy to do. All I have to do is like tie a piece of ribbon around it, and my box is ready, or just don't tie anything around it and it would be just good, because this is really holding on really tightly and it's very nice. These are all the boxes that I've made today. It didn't take me that much. Probably took me, I would say, 15 minutes per box, cutting the papers and gluing everything together. So this is Alina Oldham with handmadeprettigifts.com. Thank you for stopping by, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Have an awesome day.